This episode of Super Over is brought to you by DP World. From transporting the soil and grass 1,200 miles to New York for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, through to the Beyond Boundaries initiative to make cricket more accessible. DP World's smart logistics help deliver the game at all levels. Smart logistics, beyond boundaries. Welcome to the Super Over here, Jarrod, Kimber, and I've got Sid Monga with me on talkSPORT Cricket, and we're going to be chatting a little bit about the nonsense that went on at the Oval over the last couple of days. What's the thing you're going to remember the most, Sid, from, if you can remember any of it, because I know sometimes you go into a coma.
I don't remember anything right now, but if you push me, I will remember Siraj on the boundary, treading onto the boundary, not knowing where the boundary was, and then the thing that I will remember the most is when he had his face in his hand, and then he looked back. There was this chap here clapping in his face.
I remember after that, I don't know, because was that about 20 minutes before tea, 15 minutes before tea, that drop?
Yeah. About half an hour before tea.
Yeah, and then so at tea, instead of like leaving the ground, he comes all the way over the Prashi Krishna.
So he generally tends to be at mid-on to kind of shepherd these two young fast bowlers, but because he had just come onto the field, that was the first ball he was on the field for. That's why he was at fine leg. But then when between these two incidents, there was this one point where he was at mid-on and the big screen showed a replay, slow motion replay, and the whole crowd went, ooh, ah.
That's right, yeah.
And Siraj was not, he knew what was going on, but he did not react. And then he was at mid-on at the far end, closer to the pavilion. He could have just walked off, but he came all the way to the far end from pavilion to Prasidh Krishna to apologize, and they hugged and they went off.
It's incredible because this is the player that probably gets the most flack now that KL Rahul has started making runs, right? Like he's become the Indian fans' whipping boy. And that is one of the biggest deep well spells, or about 3 or 4 gut bursting spells that he bowled, that we will see. Will this change how Indians think about him now?
I hope so. I've been pointing out his accuracy, his consistent pace, his movement, that he can bowl the outswinger, he can bowl the wobble seam. But people just keep pointing, where are the wickets, where are the fifers? People don't understand there are only 10 wickets to be taken, and when there's Bumrah with you are not likely to get that many fifers. But this is that moment where people who say he does not have it, perhaps they have seen that it now.
There was a lot of it from him in that. It was, it was an incredible moment, breaking through at the end and everything else. This is a pretty fantastic test match, though, all the way through, wasn't it? Like, someone asked me the other day about the Duckett-Crawley partnership, and I'd forgotten that it was in this test match. Like, there were so many moments, right, that were just explosive.
Yeah, and 25 days of hard work, it comes down to one shot or one ball. One shot, Gus Atkinson gets that one shot going. Its scores are tied, the series is with England. Siraj gets that one ball right, India win the series, India win the match, and the series is tied. That's how close, after 25 days of hard work, we came to.
It was, there was a point when Atkinson was swinging really hard where I was like, he's only going to hit this straight up in the air, or he's going to get an edge over the keeper's head. And this series could be decided by an edge over the keeper's head for 6.
Yeah, that would have been ideal for this series to be decided. Because luck has played a big part in this series, and this match, luck finally turned India's way. They were playing 10 men because Chris Woakes injured himself. 6 catches went down. There was that brief spell of rain after the Root and Brook partnership.
Yeah.
I feel that rain spiced up things. It brought moisture onto the surface, and the ball started doing things again.
Yeah. No, it was incredible. Just on Siraj, I forgot to say, is he the fittest fast bowler in world now? Because Wagner and Anderson, they're both still playing, but they're not playing for their countries. He just feels like you can just wind Siraj up in a bowl forever.
Yeah, I would say he is, because he hardly ever gets injured. He bowls long spells, he bowls many spells. Yesterday, on day 4, he bowled only 9 overs only 9 overs in a session, which is a spell of 6 and 3. Otherwise, on day 2 he went on for 8 overs, took 3 wickets, brought India back, plays every game, is available for every game. Has to be, as you said, Anderson has to be the prime example of a fit fast bowler, but Pat Cummins is close.
Now, not the early part of his career.
Yeah, but after all his injuries, once he started playing regularly, he's been very fit.
No, that's fair. Talk us through the last hour. You and I did half an hour of commentary on talkSPORT, and then you went off. What are your memories of that final morning? Because it's one of the best things we're ever going to cover, right?
Yeah, it is. Being at the ground, I don't remember a test that was closer. I remember VVS Lakshman and Ishant Sharma winning the test in Mohali.
Yeah.
That was very close. That's the closest test I remember. And this. At that hour, first thing I remember is that Siraj suddenly started bowling outswing.
Yeah.
It was not a plan. It was not premeditated. He just thought, hey, last night I was slipping down leg. Let me see one ball of outswing, how it goes. And he liked what came out of his hand. It swung big, and after pitching, it dipped away too. So he said, yeah, that's it. That's me. I'm going to bowl outswing, 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 outswing. And he got a wicket with outswing. Then he got another with the nip pack. Siraj, everything about Siraj you will remember. And of course, Chris Wokes coming out, and it was a painful watch.
When they ran that 2, when Sai Sudarshan saves the ball, which looked like off the bat it was going for 4, and Sudarshan comes from nowhere and saves it. The day before, that's just 4. No one's saving it.
Yeah, and the Jadeja.
The Jadeja one on the other one, yeah. But when they had to come back and run for that second one, I was sort of like trying to keep my eye on Sudarshan and on Wokes, and I was like, if he falls over here, he's done. And you could see his arm like coming out of the sling. And do you remember Asan Raza is standing there going, do I put his arm back in the sling? In the end, he held his helmet, didn't he?
And do I just, ring the bell? Because do I call it off? He's putting himself in so much harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was this ball where, last ball of the over, Siraj wanted to keep Atkinson on strike. He told Gill to tell Jurel, because Gill was closer to him, he told Gill to tell Jurel to get one glove off. And even before Gill could grab the attention of Jurel, Siraj had already started running into ball. Which is why when they stole the ball,
angry?
Yeah. He was like, didn't you tell him?
No, he was crazy. I mean, do you remember when Atkinson started running off that pull shot and he didn't know where the ball had gone, and like tongue stayed? I mean, some of it was hilarious, it was captivating, but it's going to go down as one of our best memories ever as cricket fans, I think.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on the Super Over. We'll see you again next time.